Sean, the first bout is between Clarence Paquett and Jeff Roll, and they're both strikers. I've seen Jeff and Clarence fight before, and they both really duke it out. So this should be a good stand-up war.
Sounds good. Stand-up wars are always fun to watch. You know, conditioning's a big factor because once you get tired, your hands drop, and you know, once your hands drop, you're susceptible to punches. So this will be interesting to see what happens here. Interesting
note: Jeff Roll got a very quick KO at his last appearance here at Ultimate Wrestling Minnesota. It was I believe it was a right hook, and he dropped his opponent right away. So he's got some power.
Well, that'll be interesting. I look forward to this fight.
Jeff Roll is weighing at about 300 pounds, so he's a very big guy. He's got some power in those arms. Sean, just looking around the arena, it's packed. It looks like there are about 3,000 people here, so this is going to be a really good night.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I wish there was this many people supporting the sport when I was fighting here in Minnesota, because it's great to fight in your hometown where you got all your friends and your family cheering you on. It really gets you going.
Absolutely. I remember when you started fighting for Brad. I've seen all your fights on video. And here we go with the big guys. Looks like Roll is trying to bully him around. Oh, they're really swinging. Roll getting some uppercuts. Boy, those are heavy hands, Sean.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to hurt each other here.
Oh, boy. Roll is unloading.
These are two pretty big guys, so they're not going to be able to keep this pace up for a long period of time. They also both have shirts on, which has got to be a disadvantage because you can grab it, and you know, that's going to affect the way you strike and so on and so forth.
They both appear to be looking for that big haymaker punch.
Yes. I noticed neither one of them are really interested in going to the ground either, so they're both looking for a KO, and the crowd obviously likes that.
Yeah, they sure do, especially when you have some heavyweights in the ring.
Oh yeah, they love heavyweights. Hands are starting to come down a little bit, but...
Oh, Roll landed a really nice right. Oh boy.
Lands a couple nice rights.
I think Paquett is about to go down.
See, he should let go of that headlock right there. He's setting himself up for a throw. I think the big guy there should go for inside control and maybe start kneeing to the body.
Boy, Roll does not appear to be breathing heavily at all. He looks to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah. There he goes.
Nice right.
Gotta finish it.
Paquett is staggered at this point. It looks like Paquett is about to go down.
He should go in right now and grab an inside tie clinch and start kneeing. The other guy's dropping his head, so he's open for a lot of knees.
It's very unorthodox styles between these two. But Roll appears to be the better stand-up fighter. Paquett just shot in for a double. I don't think he's got the energy to follow through with that.
He's got a big guy on top of him, so he's going to have his work cut out for him to finish that takedown. What he needs to do, instead of trying to drive through, he needs to change the angle a little bit and take the big guy off balance. And the big guy needs to strike on top. You can kick a downed opponent, so what he should do is step off and soccer punt him right to the head. That'd probably be the end of the fight right there.
Or he could conserve energy and just sink in a guillotine. Oh, that's the end of the round. We're going into round two. This is exciting. I see blood dripping right from Paquett's nose, so I think Roll landed some pretty good shots there.
Yeah, that's probably pretty safe to say. They're throwing some pretty heavy bombs.
Two very big boys. Paquett weighing in at 260 pounds, and Roll tipping the scales at 300. It appears as though Roll is getting the better of the stand-up exchanges.
Yeah, it appears that way. He's got some big hands, and he definitely wants to put them to use tonight.
Here we go with round 2.
Paquett seems to have a lot of heart. He's taken some pretty good shots to the face, but he's still right there, willing to trade, so he's got a big heart.
It looks like he's got a cut on the side of the bridge of his nose.
Should work that inside tie clinch right now and let that headlock go.
Looks like Paquett is trying some wrestling, trying to get Roll down. Nice right by Jeff Roll. If he could land a couple of more of those, he'd probably get a knockout.
Paquett going for that single again. Like I said before, he's got to change the angle on that. You got a big guy coming down on top of you. That's going to be a hard takedown to get.
He just doesn't look like he's got the energy to follow through. He can't seem to drive forward.
No, I don't think so.
And at this point, Roll should maybe go for a guillotine. It'd be the quickest way to finish the fight.
Well, he could squeeze that guillotine. And I know here in Minnesota, I believe knees are legal to the head on the ground, correct?
Yes, they are.
You know, he should slam a couple knees into his head and you know, just keep working that guillotine. I think that'll wear him down.
Or he could take your advice from earlier, stand up and do a soccer kick to the head, a la.
That's what I do anyway. That's a new rule here in Minnesota, correct?
Yes, it is.
It's going to be interesting tonight to see how many people actually use that tonight, you know, I mean.
It was clearly stated in the rules meeting that kicks to the head are legal.
See, a lot of shows here in the United States, that's not a legal move to do, so a lot of fighters aren't used to being able to use it. Now that it is legal here in Minnesota, it's going to be interesting to see how many fighters are able to use that move tonight.
It's very effective.
Oh, for sure. These guys both look a little bit tired, you know. I think if Roll were to get a little bit more aggressive, I think he could finish this fight.
Perhaps Roll saving some energy for the next round.
That could be. But you got to remember, Roll's tired, but his opponent's pretty tired too. So the harder he works his opponent, the more his opponent's going to want to quit. And he's obviously getting the better of his opponent here in this fight.
I believe that must have been a doctor stoppage or a tap out.
I thought it might have been a guillotine. I thought he was going for that guillotine, but I didn't see the tap.
From this angle, we couldn't see a tap, so I'm not sure what happened. It looks as though he may have tapped. It was a guillotine choke, Sean. Jeff Roll wins this match.
He went for that guillotine several times in the fight. It looks like it finally paid off. I thought he threw a couple knees to the head there also before the tap.
It looked like it, and it must have just been the guillotine that finished it off.
I'm sure the knees helped out too a little bit.
They certainly wear an opponent down, Sean.